What is up, YouTube? AVI back with another video. Today we have a car review for you, a 2020 Chevy Bolt EV LT. What we're going to do is walk around the entire car, give you a couple facts and features about the car, and at the end we're going to let you guys know if we think this is a buy. Before we get to the video, you guys know what to do. Go down there, subscribe, support us, smash the like button, and let's get into the video. All right, we're going to start under the engine bay as we do in our typical reviews, but in this case, it's actually a battery bay because, as you guys probably know, this 2020 Chevy Bolt is fully electric. What do you get with this Chevy Bolt? You get a 65 kilowatt hour battery, good for 259 miles of range. Now, the Bolt is only electric. You don't get this in plug-in hybrid. You don't get this in normal gas. This engine is good for 200 horsepower, 266 pound-feet of torque, good for 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds. And it's very similar to the other competitors of this model year, the Hyundai Kona Electric and the larger Nissan Leaf Plus. All right, let's talk a couple of noteworthy things about the Bolt. This Chevy Bolt only comes in two trims, an LT and a Premier trim. The LT base MSRP in 2020 was $37,495, which honestly, that's a lot of money for a base Chevy. But the Premier can go all the way up to $42,000 with all of those options, such as heated front seats, leather wrapped steering wheel, surround view camera, blind spot assist, all that good stuff. The Chevy Bolt debuted in 2017 and is still on the market today. In 2020, which is this model year, was their largest refresh since they introduced it, with a little bit larger battery. It actually got an increase of 21 miles from the 2019 model year in its overall range. So in 2020, with that range of 259 miles on the Chevy Bolt, that was considered pretty much top of class. The only main car manufacturer that was beating that 259 was pretty much Tesla, with its Model Y, Model X Performance, Long Range, S, and even the Tesla Model 3. Now let's go and show you a couple of noteworthy things of the Chevy Bolt. One of the noteworthy things about the Bolt is its subcompact size, and to put it in perspective against maybe a Toyota Prius, which is another very popular subcompact hatchback, the Bolt is 4 inches shorter, so this way, 4 inches shorter than the Prius, 1 inch wider than the Prius, but also you get 5 extra inches of height on the Bolt compared to that Toyota Prius. One other noteworthy styling feature of the Chevy Bolt is the closed front grille, and this is actually very popular on electric cars to improve aerodynamics and help you with that range. It does have some tiger striping kind of look here in the plastic, which makes it have a pretty good look, as well as a black bow tie logo for the Chevy logo, not your typical gold and silver bow tie logo for Chevy. A little bit interesting there. And on the side, you do get full LED daytime running lights. However, the headlights themselves are not LEDs. Probably my favorite styling feature of the Chevy Bolt is these taillights. They kind of have that wave that we saw similar in the front grille that looks pretty cool and futuristic. However, you would think after all the design that they put into these that they would, integrate the turn signal very coolly in here. But that is not the case. The turn signal is actually down here with this single white bulb. Let's take a look. Once inside the Chevy Bolt, you will see that it's a very nice place to be, especially for the base trim. You have a huge digital display here that does come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you do have to plug it in. But I will say that the design cues are pretty cool in here. It has a little triangle design here with different colors, makes it look pretty modern. And that design is carried all the way into the cup holders themselves that also have that triangle design. So it is pretty cool. You get a very nice digital gauge here for the driver. And this is very customizable. There's actually a lot of technology in this car that I'm going to do a full in-depth review of all the technology available on the Chevy Bolt. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. One complaint about subcompact SUVs is overall visibility due to its smaller size. Chevy has thought of that and actually made a pretty cool change to their design in integrating windows through both the A and B pillars to increase side visibility. Maybe someone in your blind spot or somebody right there where you can't see them, on both the passenger and driver sides, having a little window there. And without that window, you would not be able to see the AVI merch on our website. Link down below and check it out. One thing worth mentioning on the interior of the Chevy Bolt is the two-tone seats available on the LT. One thing I will say, they do look pretty modern, but they are pretty narrow, but once you're inside of the car, it does feel very spacious with the overall interior cargo space. Another one of my favorite features on the Chevy Bolt is something to hopefully decrease a little bit of range anxiety. As you can see, here's our range. We have a max of right now of 132 miles. We have 112 miles of average range and minimum of 91 miles. So if I were to floor it at every single stoplight on the highway, go up to 100 very quickly, that we'd probably be a lot closer to that minimum range, where if I'm pretty much normal driving, 112, and if I'm being an extremely cautious driver, I'm at 132. However, this little gray bar here, I'll put a picture of it while we're driving, actually increases and decreases and shows you which either max or min you're being closer to based on your recent driving habits. That is a really cool feature. The last thing I'll mention on the interior here is you do get a backup camera with grid lines that you're able to turn on and off, which is nice, which do update as you turn the wheel. So that is pretty cool, especially for the base model LT. All right, let's talk closing remarks on the Chevy Bolt EV. Honestly, we're in 2024 now. This is a 2020 model year, and I think they're still definitely worth a buy. You can get them with low miles. There's a ton of rebates on them, both state and federal, if you're looking for an electric vehicle. And it has the features that I'm looking for in an everyday driver, especially Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And with the price of gas going up, I think this might be worth a look, especially if you're looking for a little bit more headroom than your typical subcompact SUV. Definitely give the Bolt a check. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like we said in the beginning, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button supporting us. Thank you to Jess behind the camera. And just like that, ABI out.